Hi there. In this lesson, we're going to create pictographs. A pictograph is a type of chart that represents data using pictures. Let's take a look at the first example. The grade 4 class at Jayden Elementary School made a chart of the number of presents each of them gave for Christmas. Use the data below to complete the pictograph. So we see here that Dahlia gave 1. So we'll click on 1 gift there for Dahlia. Alyssa gave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one didn't stay. There we go. Addison gave 1. And Kaylee gave 2 gifts. Now what a pictograph does for us is gives us a very quick, easy visual picture of our data. So what we can see very quickly and easily here is that Alyssa by far gave the most gifts. We can see very easily that Dahlia and Addison gave the same number of gifts at 1 each, and we can see that Kaylee gave twice as many as those other 2 girls, giving 2 gifts. But Alyssa still gave more than twice as many as Kaylee gave. Christopher is a galactic explorer looking for habitable planets and has arrived at a new solar system, Gliese 581. He wants to mark the number of moons around each planet in a graph. Use the data below to complete the pictograph. Okay. So we have Gliese 581b, 581c, 581d, and 581e. Those are our different planet names. And then we have the number of moons, 4, 3, 10, and 5 associated with each planet. So for B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 moons. We have 3 for C. For 581D, we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for 581E, we have 5. So what this pictograph tells us is that 581D by far has the most moons. In fact, it has twice as many as the planet with the second most moons, 581E. And we can also see that 581B, C, and E have pretty similar numbers of planets at 3, 4, and 5. The value of the pictograph versus just looking at the numbers is that it gives us a very quick visual representation of the data that provides a different perspective on those same numbers. When we can see them visually, they often can mean a little more to us or make a little more sense to us than if we just read the numbers. Let's check our answer on that. Ryan frequently flies for business. He made a chart of the number of flights made each month. Use the data below to complete the pictograph. All right, so Ryan flew 1 time in January, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in February, 6 times in March, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then only 3 times in April, 1, 2, 3. So what this data can show us, again, is that February was the most heavily traveled month for Ryan. March was the second, and we see that January and April were the least. What we can determine here is that perhaps there's something that happens in February and then begins to taper off in March and then tapers off a little bit more in April related to Ryan's business that causes him to have to travel. There's something about January that causes his business travel to be slow. So we don't know just from this pictograph any more information about that, but we can make some hypotheses or some guesses about what might be happening during those months that would cause his business travel to have a pattern like this. Let's go ahead and check our answer. There we go. Okay. Michael has made a table of the baskets he made at practice. Use the data below to complete the pictograph. Okay, so on Monday he made 2, 1, 2. Tuesday, 2, 1, 2. Wednesday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thursday, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what we can see here is not only did his performance increase dramatically on Wednesday and Thursday, but something seems to have shifted from Tuesday to Wednesday. And again, we can make some guesses. Maybe Michael was taught a new technique for his shooting, that all of a sudden things got much better on Wednesday, and he kept practicing that technique and continued to do well on Thursday. Maybe he wasn't feeling very well on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe he was a little bit sick and wasn't performing as well. There's all sorts of things that might be going on here. The pictograph doesn't tell us what is going on exactly, but it does give us a picture showing us that his performance on Wednesday and Thursday was more than twice as good as Monday and Tuesday. So something happened midweek that caused his basketball practice to improve. And let's do one final pictograph. Lauren made a table of the baskets she made at practice. Use the data below to complete the pictograph. On Monday, she made 6. On Tuesday, she didn't make any. So we're just going to leave Tuesday blank. Wednesday, she also didn't make any. And then Thursday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is interesting because this is a bit different than what we saw in the last pictograph. In this case, her best day of practice was the first day of the week. Then she has 2 practices that, at least as far as shooting baskets, don't look like they went that well for her. And then Thursday was almost as good as Monday was. So again, we could make some different guesses about what's going on here. Maybe she spent more time on Monday and Thursday practicing her shooting, and maybe on Tuesday and Wednesday she didn't do much shooting at all. Maybe Tuesday and Wednesday were more practicing her dribbling, her other ball handling skills. Or maybe Tuesday and Wednesday she just had off days. Maybe she wasn't feeling well. We don't know exactly what was going on, but we do see that there was some factor that caused Monday and Thursday to be quite a bit better than Tuesday and Wednesday. And Monday and Thursday were very similar to each other, which suggests to us it's not just that she got lucky one of the days. So there was definitely something happening here with Lauren, we can assume, that caused her basket making to take on the trend that we see here in this pictograph. And let's go ahead and we'll check that. And that one was correct. All right. I think that you probably have the idea here of how to create a pictograph. You can draw your own pictographs. It's nice to use graph paper when you do those. And you don't have to do fancy drawings when you make pictographs. They can be quite simple. They can be things like stars, or you could do a circle colored in orange to represent a basketball. Your pictograph does not need to be high-level artwork, but it just needs to represent in some way the data that you're dealing with. Have a great day. Bye-bye.